Welcome. Welcome, welcome. It's Monday night. It's Cup Series time. The Cold Hard Art Cup Series for 3 Wide Racing League. Coming to you live from Five Flags Speedways in Pensacola, Florida. We're going roundy round, half-mile oval tonight. We got the big boy cars. We got the big boys in the booth. We got Trey Landry, Thomas Morris, Matt Kingston. These boys are ready to bring you all the live action tonight. Get it.
Is that your send off over here? Okay.
Yep, that's your cue. Yep.
Oh, that's my cue now. Oh well. I think you set it up nicely here. When we're in, I guess you call Bristol a bull ring, so I guess this would be one too. It's a half mile. It's a little flatter, wide, pretty wide corners, Matt and Trey, but not really a lot of racing room. You kind of want to hug that white line like we see at many of the short tracks.
Yeah,
For sure.
without a doubt. Yeah, it's a pretty famous short track, especially in the southeast. I believe they run the Snowball Derby here.
Yeah, good point. They do. It's spawned a many of talented Cup Series drivers that we see now in real life. So we'll see who can navigate around here tonight to try and score that first win here at Five Flags.
Thing to avoid here, I think Thomas and Trey on the exit turn forward, there's a wicked bump, so that can set up for some pretty large wrecks in the front stretch because there's not much room to avoid anything.
Is it
Yeah,
like wicked gnarly?
Yeah, definitely wicked gnarly because those guys had their hands full with it in practice. I think one of the drivers I saw posted in chat, he hopes that bump in turn 4 gets the flu.
You're definitely correct on that one, Matt, because there is nowhere to go on that front stretch. If you get sideways, you're looking at a multi-car wreck there.
Yeah, it's gonna be almost impossible to self-spin and not take anybody with you unless you were the only car on that side of the speedway.
Well, like always, you have joined us here in qualifying, and we can tell you Peter Short, surprise, surprise, didn't come up short in qualifying. Currently P1 on the board right now with a 15.62.
You know who did come up short though, Thomas, was the guy that was fastest in practice. Cameron Rich ran in 15.9. He's down there in the 12th position right now.
Yeah, that's probably going to be a disappointment. We saw him last night in the Dirt Series kind of kick himself for qualifying that poorly, and it pretty much set the tone for the whole night. He couldn't get back to the front, but lot more laps here in the Cup Series, so you'll get 200 laps to try and get her done here.
Johnny Thomas ran a nice 2-lap there. He's in 3rd position right now. He's 1 spot quicker than he was in practice.
Yeah, I hear there might be something big on the line from that Johnny Thomas guy in this race.
I think he's going to give away some cash dollars.
Yeah, I've been busy, hadn't kept up with this whole contest, but I believe if you retweeted or liked or commented something that he had on Twitter that you were eligible for $40 in random draw tonight if he wins the race. So big task for him, but crazier things have happened.
It's very true. And right now we only have 2 drivers that have yet to take a time here in qualifying, and I think that'd be of the utmost importance here tonight because probably going to be pretty hard to pass, especially cleanly here.
Yeah, if you can't get a good lap in, you want to kind of let it settle in here for a little bit and not try and charge up in the field and get caught up in what's most likely going to be a few wrecks to get started just because of double file restarts and the tight nature of this track. You're going to have some bumping and beating and banging.
Yeah, but I tell you what, you don't want to sit back there and let it settle in too long. You find yourself a lap down before you know it.
True, you're kind of banking on that early caution, I do believe too. So, I mean, we've seen the trends at every short track and anything we've ever broadcasted on iRacing. The odds of a quick yellow are pretty high on a short track, in iRacing. So I think you can kind of take that gamble. Maybe that's where you see some strategy come in, Trey. A little short pitting, maybe 2 tires, fuel only.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do something. I mean, it's a lot of drivers here, so it's gonna be a crowded track. And the thing we saw during practice, those guys wrecking out of turn 4 down the front stretch. There's just nowhere to go, so it's gonna be easy to get caught up in somebody else's mess.
Oh, without a doubt. Now, I've never personally driven on this track. I don't know if you two gentlemen have. I've seen a super late model race here before. That was pretty exciting, but never been with a cup car and all that horsepower on a flatter half mile like this.
This is
Yeah,
my
we
first
did.
visit.
Yeah, we did that broadcast for what was it? Randall Fox that did the Snowball Derby here, so it was fun. Super late models. I've driven the super late model here. It's actually it's a fun little track. Big, long, sweeping corners. So it just feels like you're turning the steering wheel forever.
Oh, I'm sure. Let's see. Where did our point leader qualify here tonight? Samuel Close is our point leader. He's going to roll off P6 on the grid, right where he qualified. That's well, can't ask better than that. You qualified, you backed up your practice at least. A little bit slower time-wise, but you still got the same position. He's coming off, I believe, back-to-back Cup Series wins, unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, he won Auto Club and Iowa, I believe.
Yes. Yeah, lately
So,
here,
short track guy and a big track guy.
yeah, here in the Cup Series, he's been hotter than salsa on a sunburn.
He holds I don't want to say slim, but it's not the biggest point lead in the world. 10 points over Drew Eisenman and 22 over Peter Short, 29 over Cameron Rich, and Jess Story rounds out your top 5. 32 markers off of Sam Close there.
The one I keep watching there, Thomas and Trey, is Kevin Finn. He's found a lot of bad luck this season, so I know we turned it around a little bit there last week, but see if he can continue the march forward and see if he can get a good finish here tonight at Five Flags.
Bad start, but he's still 10th in points, so if he can manage to, I know he wants to score that win, Matt, so he can kind of take some of the pressure off and get himself in the chase here.
Yeah, that would be a giant help.
Oh, we got Chuck Sweeting popping up in chat. He says this could be interesting. Chuck, if you got him, I'd tighten those belts. I think it's going to be crazy.
He wants to know where they got the setup from. I believe it was custom made. I'm assuming by someone in the league or someone they trust to make setups. So not sure, but I'm sure someone did their best they could to get something that was manageable around Five Flags in a cup car. Well, boys, it's been a while since we've found a new car track combo. Any predictions? You think we'll see a green flag stop? I mean, I know it's asking a lot here in a new adventure with a not iRacing setup, so it probably won't be plowing tight. And I'll actually get some rotation out of them. But I think we might be lucky enough to get a green flag stop in.
No.
I can't see it.
I'm just wondering who's going to take the gamble of pitting soon enough to make it on fuel and then just not ever pitting again.
Now I could see that happening.
Because I'm thinking half mile, if it's anything similar to Bristol, which time-wise it's pretty close in the ballpark. If you can get around that 100 to go, maybe 80 to go mark and just not ever pit again. Just looking through, not seeing any huge surprises. Well, I guess Mike Stevens didn't back up his lap either from practice there, Matt. Was P3, but only managed P11 there in qualifying.
No, that's true, and I don't think I want to be, honestly, starting anywhere outside the top 5. Even there, you're not safe because you don't know what could happen. Especially this is going to be the first time I think these guys have been in traffic or racing with other cars on the track, and we can use up those lanes pretty quickly.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be Mike Stevenson, Cameron Rich. Those guys start smack dab in the middle of this field. It's gonna be quite hairy.
For sure it is. Yeah, that's going to leave you nowhere to go if there's something in front of you.
Well, in the previous weeks here in the Cold Hard Art Cup Series,
It's
we've
easy to
seen,
say, right?
yeah, it is. We've seen Isentech kind of dominate of before here. Do you think they can come back to winning form this week after having, I think it was 3 weeks without a Isentech win in the
no.
Cup Series?
Not 3 weeks without a Cup Series.
I know. It's sorry, it's 4. No, it's 2 weeks. No, Cameron Rich won at Las Vegas.
Let's see. There you go. I mean, they've got, just as good a shot as they do every other week. I mean, they won the dirt race last night, so yeah, I mean, they're pretty smart about it. I think tonight's just managing your car and avoiding any kind of carnage. I know lap traffic might become an issue, if someone wants to make you uh, go the long way around and just holds the bottom, makes you go around the outside. That could open up the door for more passing from someone being a little more impatient. But, they have just as good a shot as anybody. It's a fixed league, fixed sets, so who can maybe get her done tonight.
We'll
Anybody that's
see.
watching, you might want to stay tuned here for the entire race because it's going to be quite crazy, I think.
Chuck said if there's a caution, he wants tires. That's true, Chuck. But, I mean, if you're mired in the field, track position looks pretty nice. In my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong. You could just get eaten alive, but,
Well, I'd like to actually see how the racing plays out. We saw some guys in practice running different lines, so it'll be. I'm just interested to see if we're going to get multi-lane racing here because it looked like the kind of the middle groove was the preferred line around the track, but a lot of guys are trying that high side, so we may see some side-by-side racing here.
Yeah, and I think we've got good enough. We got what, 21, 22 cars? Looks like 21. It's enough cars to maybe get that bottom rubbered in and getting a little slick, and maybe you can, like you said, Trey, move up to the middle or the little bit higher side and try and get that run off the corner.
We'll see. Chuck's disagreeing with you. He says even with 20 to go, he wants tires.
Yeah, but Chuck, you got to make it to 20 to go to need the tires. So maybe if you stay out and avoid some of the wrecks, then maybe we'll think about the tires. But until then, I want to keep her up front as much as I can.
Especially, yeah, I would agree with you, Tom. Especially with this big field, we got what 22 drivers tonight, so it's a pretty full field. Very small track.
Yeah, and I mentioned it before. It's a fixed setup, so it's not like you can kind of tune it as the race goes along to try and fit your needs. You're kind of stuck with what you got, other than some brake bias, I believe. So you just got to make the best of what you've been given, and strategy always helps with that. As we know, Matt Kingston always loves a good strategy race, right? Right, Matt?
I love strategy races, actually. That's how I got my last win, so let's keep that going.
You just don't like Ford GTs, apparently.
No, they get in my way, so I have to pit myself out the front of them and try to flip over an HPD. I think I made a pretty good try of it. I almost got it flipped.
Yeah, you almost had that old Hoover up on four wheels there. Up and over on four wheels.
At 4 or 5 in the morning, whatever time it was.
It's like Chad Brown's in the chat there. Not sounding too confident with his outcome of the race there. We're hoping it doesn't lead that way.
Yeah, he says Charlie Foxtrot engage.
Well, so maybe they'll surprise us here. They might be able to do this track because the track is tough.
Looking at some of the names on the billboard here outside the track that the scenic cam goes to, kind of makes you go, huh, that's interesting. There's some former talented drivers and some
The Daniel Hemrick and Brandon Jones are the only two that I really recognize on there, I think.
I hear good things about that Brandon Jones, but
I heard good things about Danica Patrick also.
Mm-hmm.
You mean Race Clark?
Oh,
no, Race has a chance to perform.
Hey, that was his own nickname. He called himself the Danica of Eisenach. So
Come on, he finishes the races usually. It's not.
She got a top 10 at that one track.
Hell, I could back myself into a top 10.
Apparently not.
We got James Duke. Familiar face.
What's his name, Trey?
James Dukes. Sorry. Join us in chat.
Well, he can join us in chat because the cars are joining us on the grid here. As soon as I can find my mouse, we'll grid up.
They try to scurry away, don't they?
Yeah, it likes to run away. I don't know why. All right, rolling off P1 and that number 33 Southwest Ford for Eisentech Enterprises is going to be Peter Short, and to his outside, Matt Hackathorn, looking to, what as he said on Twitter, just get one of these things finished here.
Rolling off in the third position with the 83 is Johnny Thomas, looking to give away some coin tonight. In the fourth position, we have the 77 of Drew Eisenman.
Starting P5, we got that number 7 of RK Motorsports, Jess Story. To his outside, 3OG points leader, Sam Close, starting 6th.
Speaking of 3OG, the team owner going to roll off P7 there, Paul Ross in the 18, and we just mentioned him, Race Danica Clark going to roll off P8 in that number 22.
Piling that number 14 of the 9th position, we have Kevin Finn. And the team owner, I believe, isn't it? 3OG Racing, the 90 of Corey Lindsay, the 10th position.
Sure, that's Paul Ross.
Oh, sorry.
And starting 11th, we got that number 63 car, Mike Stevens. Start to his outside, fastest in practice. This point qualifying lap, that number 17, Cameron Rich.
Rolling off P13, that 87 machine, we got Richard Hines and Kyle Henshaw going to roll off P14, and then number 8 filling in for Richard Lafferty again.
Starting in the 15th position, we have the number 64 of Chad Pilot Brown. Outside him, we have the 03 of Wade Lear in the 16th spot.
And starting 17th, we got that number 38 of Cody Wright. And to his outside, start P18, Brent Miller.
Rolling off P19, we got Nick Miller, and P20, the last car to take time, your Daytona 500 winner, Brooks Westfall, going to roll off P20.
And rounding out the field back in the 21st and 22nd position, we have Nathan Velez and Rusty Webb.
And that is your field, ladies and gentlemen. As you might see Matt Kingston's name in the grid because someone doesn't know how to join the room properly.
Only happened twice.
He said, it was so nice here, I want to give it a try, and then said, nope, I'm good.
Unfortunately, I missed the start here.
Oh, dang. Looks like we're going to get 2 laps of pacing, even though the, what's his name? Jeez. Brett Bodine already turned the pace lights off because he's just a little too eager there.
Probably thinks he's going to wreck the pace car on the track.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. All right, boys. As Trey said, you better buckle them down if you got buckles, because this is going to be an exciting race here.
Yeah, it's going to be something.
One way or another, someone's going to win. So
Pace car's down.
waiting on the green flag. There it is. Peter Short going to get a big jump to the lead there.
Outside line there, right in front of Corey Lindsay, just did not go. Race Clark in front of him. Backed up the top line. Might have been by design, I think.
So we had the 9 of Nick Miller going to miss the grid there. Not sure what happened to him. To follow up with that a little bit later.
The contact with him next to Race Clark there, I believe. Just moved Race up the track just a touch.
Well, that's what we talked about, that impatience. It's a little early for it, but people are going to try and move you to get by you.
Yeah, so far they're kind of strung out. Looks like everybody's sticking to the bottom.
Lear sideways. Lear. Oh, overcorrects hard in the wall.
Hard in the wall.
No caution.
No caution. Wow.
Wow, that's... I'd say he's done for the night, though.
You got a little help there, I think, from the 89 of Brent Miller.
Back into it. He was doing a heck of a job trying to save it. Just ran out of savability there.
Rusty Webb got
confirmed. Yeah. Sorry, Matt. Yeah.
Rusty
Webb got some
caught
too.
in the touch,
Tough break for Wade. He's had some good runs early in the season. Just been caught up in some stuff. Had a good run in the Dirt Series last night, though, I believe. So.
Looks like Rusty Webb might have got some damage out of that too.
Looks like he got, just looking at the replay again, looks like he got a little bit of help from the 89. And then Rusty Webb, yeah, definitely some right front fender, maybe right side damage on that 88 machine. I other than that, you're right, Trey. They're kind of starting to single file out here, I'm sure just trying to size each other up and see what they have.
Well, it's one thing to practice these cars and get out there and run by yourself, but it's different when you get into race pace, race traffic, and so yes, these guys are trying to fill themselves out and see what it's going to be about.
Kevin Finn looking at Jeth's story here. Yeah, that's a good point, Trey, because you can practice and run as hard as you want to the corners, but once you get in traffic, you got to force to run their pace until you can get by them.
The 03 rejoining the traffic. Caution.
Caution's out for I'm not sure what.
I can't see. Maybe it was Wade Lear rejoining and going
It
the
was
pace?
Chad Brown. I see smoke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Chad Brown looped it in turn 1. Actually, out of 4, and because this track's so small, it made it all the way to turn 1.
Chad didn't get too much damage there in the inside wall. He whipped both ends of the car on it, but he should be all right.
It's a pretty good clip. I don't know how much it's gonna hurt you here, but as long as the toe's all right, you should be fine. So we've got a strategy already unfolding here, boys. Peter Short on pit lane looks like Johnny Thomas, Drew Eisenman, a couple more stay out.
Well, I guess we're gonna check Chuck's theory out early.
Yeah. As these Cup cars pretty much eat up the entire pit stall coming into it. I'm sure we'll have some Eric Jones, Jimmy Johnson moments here. If anyone didn't catch that, it's when Eric Jones was trying to box out the 48 in his pit stall.
Oh, the 88 went a lap down there from that. So did
That's
64. Easy to
a
do
good
here.
point. We didn't even touch that. It's something we forget about on short tracks. If you're way back in the pack, you almost need to take 2 tires or just fuel only in some of these cautions.
I believe Kyle Hanshaw on that 8 machine also went down a lap.
Looked like they had some extended pit stops. Maybe they had a little bit of damage that they were trying to fix. But like you guys said, short track, man, it's almost impossible to fix damage. You're just better off getting in and getting out.
Well, too, Trey, unless the toe is off, you might as well just get back out there because there's no arrow. It's not going to hurt you here.
No.
Not to mention you're probably going to get a little bit more for the night's out.
Cameron and Rich stayed out. So Kevin Finn also stay out?
I believe so, yeah, because Peter
Yeah.
Short should be the first one off pit lane.
Yeah, right now I got the top 5 stayed out. Peter Short in 6th is the first one out. Looks like everybody took 4 except for Cody Wright in the number 38. Looks like he took 2. That moved him up to 9th.
That's a good gain there, Trey, from 17th in qualifying, too. That should put him in a little bit of a better position here to stay out of trouble.
Looks like Trey has a new nickname in the chat.
Yeah, I like that, Trey McReynolds.
What are the trends of the race, Trey?
I have no idea.
Turn left and go fast.
We need to get you a little weather forecasting thing. All right, looks like the lights are off. Looks like we're going to go back to green this time, boys. Going to hand it over to Johnny Thomas to take the green flag. Big jump once again for the inside guy. I know they monitor lane changes here, Trey, but it's a pretty tough track to really keep that under control here.
Now we're going to see if Peter Short with those 4 fresh tires, if he can make that outside line work. He made his way around Kevin Finn. He's looking to make his way around Cameron Rich there, who also stayed out.
Thinking about it, didn't he? Paul Ross getting his way around Kevin Finn. He gets wicked loose there at a point.
Must have scared him a little bit there because he kind of looked straight for the inside wall.
Yeah, well, in these Cup cars, Matt, you get those rear tires, Matt, at you, it's going to be a long night. Or a short night, I guess. Depending on how good you are at saving them.
Yeah. Just Story battling Mike Stevens there pretty good on the outside.
Who's that slip? Sam Close way up the hill. It's going to allow Cameron Rich underneath them.
Yeah, And Jess is not doing well out there on the outside. He's kind of stuck out there. These guys are kind of freight training him on the bottom.
Just don't think there's enough laps, Trey, like you were talking about earlier. Just probably need the track to come in a little bit more for that middle to outside to have any kind of momentum.
Nice run there out of turn 2 for Peter Short. He might be looking outside on teammate Cameron Rich, maybe.
Maybe he might try and cut underneath him here out of 4. Yep. Cameron's
Let
gonna
him
no
go.
contest there.
That Paul Ross tried to get in there too, but Cameron was able to slam the door on that.
Not today, Paul.
Sam Crow still losing position, lost one to Matt Hackathorn, and he's under fire right now by Cody Wright.
It looks like that car just will not turn for him in the center. He keeps plowing up on the center every time.
Mike Stevens making some good gains there, looking for 9th position there from the 5 of Sam Close. Gonna get it.
Yeah, looking to pull Corey Lindsey with him as well in that red Puma car this week.
We got Peter Short making his way around Drew Eisman there for second. So he's looking to make short work at the leader here.
Yeah, I don't know if Johnny Thomas is going to roll over as easy as maybe his teammates did there. He may not have a choice though. Those fresh tires might be already coming into play here. Looks like it is. He's gonna. Oh, well, he was gonna take the lead, but I believe he just got disconnected.
Well, you know, he said during practice he'd been having computer issues, having the dreaded blue screen of deaths, and looks like that might have caught him.
Yeah, he's gonna get dropped out here in just a second. That sucks.
Oof.
So see track position.
Meanwhile, Drew Eisman trying to get underneath Johnny Thomas here. Going to try and bring Cameron Rich and Paul Ross with him. We can tell you... Ooh, boy, but shut the door on that one. I was going to say we can tell you Chad Brown also behind the wall after that caution.
Now see, this is going to be... The yellow flag comes out now.
Looks like Kyle Henshaw went around out of 4. Yes, he did.
Ooh, he took a hard hit too.
Yeah, he took a digger. Yeah, that's done for the night.
Also, just as I was mentioning there, we have the, 6-11 rule, I believe, tonight, and it's 11 laps that you can go down without having to pull off track. So that might put Peter Short in trouble, depending on how long it takes him to get back in the server. He might.
He's lucky
have
that
his
caution
race
came
done.
out.
Yeah, we would have been way past this caution didn't come out.
Hope he has an SSD because that load time could kill you.
Everybody's going to be coming down pit road now.
Not everybody. Matt Hackathorn stays out here.
Well, I think Peter Short demonstrated that tires trump track
Yeah.
position.
Yeah, I believe Chuck was the smart one on that one. As always. God.
Looks like Cameron just took 2.
Yeah, that's weird. I see one in the track position. We've seen him do that a lot, though, Trey. Now that I think of it, he's the guy that always either takes 2 or wants to stay out, trying to get up front. Plus, he got the win at Vegas, so he can kind of do what he wants.
Yeah, he can roll the dice.
And we got Chuck. He's saying that this looks like fun, and James kind of agrees with him. You know what? I kind of agree with him as well. I think this is like a pretty fun track car combo.
Well, I would have fun, Trey. They should sign up.
I agree. I mean, I would have never guessed it. I mean, we were talking about it as like Cup cars, 5 flags. What are they thinking? But obviously, they know more than I do.
Like our producers told us many a times, that's why we're up here and they're down there.
Right. And Peter Short has joined us in chat. He did confirm that computer issues got him.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Maybe if you caught the error, I don't know if he's on Windows 10 because it doesn't give us much information, but if you caught the blue screen code, you can put that into the old Google and see what's haunting you there. Man, what can that Google not do? Other than make me a sandwich.
Pay for streams.
Well, that's true.
I have to be asked first, though, I think, Trey. I might leave it there.
Oh, a driver update. Yeah, those will get you.
Looking there, James Duke says, Chuck Sweeting, sure about you in short tracks. You'll flip a
Yeah.
lot this year.
As we're back to green here, boys.
Yep.
Thorn lead him to the green.
It's coming up pretty good. I think Drew Eisenman's going to make short work of him here.
Cameron Rich and those 2 tires didn't pay off. He can only get the short end on that restart.
Drew Eisenman, your new leader, takes it in turn 3.
He's got those 4 freshies.
He's gone.
Yeah, wow, you can see the 12 kind of struggling like I believe it was Sam Close as we
Oh,
got caution
A
again.
wreck there.
Big
The
wreck.
48 is
Yeah,
around.
48, the 41's involved.
Oh, the 41 lost on corner entry. Corey Lindsay gets the back end of the 48, and the 41 and 48 are totally destroyed.
Wow, yeah, that was hard hits. Boy, that I don't think that 48's finished a race all year.
That was wild there.
Just taking a look at it, looks like the 41 just kind of got in there and it got away from him, and nowhere for the 48 to go.
Oh, how about that? Oh, my man, Alex Lang, starting pitcher for LSU, just got drafted with the 30th pick by the Chicago Cubs in the first round.
Is that good?
That's good. He's got a wicked curveball.
I think you'll have to teach me a thing or two. I think I'm going to be playing slow pitch this weekend.
Yeah, sorry, I'm a big baseball fan, so.
Matt, don't you still play T-ball?
I should.
I couldn't even hit it then, so.
I sometimes could. Well, can't be any worse than last time I played softball. I tripped over first base and skidded on my face across the grass. So.
I would
I
have paid
was
to see
safe.
that.
I was safe, however.
Cussing
A
up a
lot of-
storm, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, and especially when all the lads from work were there, and they didn't let that one die out very quickly.
See, now we got Vlad's in the driver's chat saying, well, that's the story of my season, but now at least I get to watch the rest of it. I hope he's watching it with us. 'Cause
I would
that
hope
just
so.
make it 1,000 times better, right?
For
At least,
sure.
like, not, like 15% better.
I mean, let's be honest, man. The Raiders are used to watching big games from the sidelines.
That's true.
Well, Matt, since you're actually a driver, you ought to come over the chat and tell them, hey, join us on the stream.
I suppose I could do that. I'm just gonna type it out though.
Oh,
Notice we got James Duke kissing Chuck Sweeting's ass in the chat.
well, I hear RFR is hiring, so.
Yeah, so hey, I don't blame him. You got to kiss a little ass to get a good job, man.
Very
I mean,
true. Very
I'd
true.
do
That's
something.
what they don't tell you in school.
Yeah.
I will say James has greatly improved over this past season on a channel we will not name, but it's definitely
Because we don't
improved.
have to,
So
because we're going back to green.
yes,
Drew Eisman leads him as Cameron Rich once again not the best of starts on the outside. Will get to get in front of Paul Ross there though.
Oh, contact there from
Oh,
22.
contact,
Race Park, and
22.
the 89's around
Watch that
500 to
again.
the inside wall.
Oh, Sam Close hard into that's going to be a race ender for our points leader.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
big
wow.
hit. No 3 in a row for Sam.
No.
Brent Miller got lots of damage from that too. It looked like Race Park just stepped up just a little bit and caught the left rear quarter panel of that 89 machine and started an onslaught.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, Matt. It was just kind of down there and just a little nudge, and around she went. unfortunately collected others. So, welcome to short track racing. But the good news is we are at a short track. So, unlike Pocono, the laps don't take 7.5 minutes.
Yeah, so we don't have to think of things to talk about while this happens.
Looks like Wade Lear got the lucky dog and getting one of his 3 laps back there. I mean, he's got pretty significant damage, but we keep getting these wrecks, and he's moving on up through the field here.
Looking here, our leader right now, Drew Eisenman's led quite a few laps this season, just couldn't seem to come up with a victory. Maybe he can spoil it for these guys and take a win here at Five Flags.
James says, awesome segue. Well, I mean, I'm pretty bad at them, so. I'm not George Bush bad at a segue, but
What?
hey.
Strategeries. Or Kofi Vefe.
I like how that was said, and then within minutes there was a meme created for it. Just instant.
Personally, I enjoyed all the Comey crap last week. I changed it. I coined the phrase Comey Fifi.
Oh boy.
Chuck's wanting to know if his job security's in danger. I
Possibly.
would say not.
You never know with Randall. I mean, he fired Dustin.
Well, that's because Dustin's better than Randall.
Oh. Shots
fired.
All units.
Anyway,
we got Trey pouring gas on the house.
we are double file.
Gonna stack them up again here, boys. Been pretty clean up front so far. Just back of the pack chaos ensuing. So, like any short track race you've ever seen in real life. So.
That's Matt Kenseth there.
Northerners, and we're back to green again. Drew Eisman gets another start. Great start.
38 at Kobe Wright did not get a good start. Lost a couple of positions there. He's under fire from Johnny Thomas.
Looks like we got Kevin Finn's kind of hovering around here in the top 5, looking to gain some good points. Like I said, Cody Wright fell back a couple of spots. I'm sure Johnny Thomas, we know what's on the line for him. He's going to try and keep this car up front all night long.
Yeah, pretty good effort by that Johnny Thomas so far. He's been hanging around up there, currently 5th, 6th, so looking to stay up front.
Yeah, went a little too high there, allowed the 38 around. It looks like he's going to cross back underneath the 38 and get back by him here.
That might open the door for Race Clark to dive down low and try to steal that position as well.
Ooh, we're going to open the door move for a couple cars here. Like you mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
you're going to get freight trained up there. That Hackathorn pushes up the hill.
Yeah, that was about deadly.
Let's me and Matt pinch a hole in our seat, and
Richard Hines running with Cody right now?
And he's trying.
Looking back here at the 40.
sorry, I thought he was going to get turned there. I thought he came down, but he didn't.
I was looking back here at the 41. He's running without a hood right now, and he's actually running some decent lap times. So weight reduction may be key here.
I'm telling you, there's no arrow here.
Tell you what, that 7 of Jess Story, he had to check up a little bit for that 38. He kind of shuffled him to that outside line again. He's going to lose a lot of spots.
Oh, Mike Stevens sliding it in there.
Oh, 7 gets pushed up the hill.
Hold on.
Wow.
Wow, no caution.
Talk about a buck
lot of
puncher.
track time there.
Yes, he did.
5.
Jeff says he didn't need a left front fender.
The 5 of Sam Close is now officially retired. He's 12 laps down.
Yeah, that was probably a 30-minute engine change required for that Joker. So it's a tough break, but can't win them all.
Okay,
Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, hard contact with the outside wall by Matt Hackathorn there. Looking here at Race Clark, he's looking pretty sporty there, running the 6th position right now, trying to get in the top 5 with the rest of his Isotech teammates, maybe.
Yeah, trying to not be that Danica. Trying to be that junior.
Oh, is he going to
That-
blow his transmission?
I mean, he's not going to be Casey Kane. So. Or did he surprisingly do good yesterday? I didn't watch.
No, he finished it.
No, he ended up on the hook. Kobe right sideways across the start finish line. Corey Lindsay pulls up on his back bumper. There's a battle for 10th and 11th.
I think he could feel the Puma inside him on that one.
Oof. Wow.
These top 3 cars are nuts to butts here as well. Cameron Rich trying to find a way around his teammate, and Paul Ross. We know how much he loves these aggressive little short tracks like this. It kind of brings out the best of him.
Yeah, for sure. And I just saw that entry into turn 1 there by Cameron Rich. Looked like he wanted to dive bomb his teammate there, but thought better of it. I tell you what, he's getting a big run off these corners on Drew in that 77 car.
Yeah, I'm thinking the 77's holding him up pretty good because you see the 14 of Kevin Finn also coming into this picture now. So one of those, when you start getting a train of cars behind you, you better start looking at your bumper because they might start moving you.
You know what's interesting too is Cameron Rich took 2 tires that last stop. So
Oh, we got the 12 car blowing up coming to pit lane here.
I saw he made hard contact with that outside wall. Maybe that
yeah,
damaged it.
We were in Florida. I just thought they had the skeeter truck out killing the mosquitoes. I guess someone did blow up.
I want one of those here.
Yeah, it's so healthy running behind the old truck spraying all the noxious gas in the air. Looks like coming up here for the leader is going to meet Mike Stevens here, some lap traffic. See, maybe Cameron Rich can read that and set up a pick. Mike Stevens and Wade Lear, both kind of running pretty close to each other.
yeah. I don't know how much of a problem Wade Lear will give him. He's multiple laps down. Mike Stevens might fight him just a little bit, even though he really doesn't have to with the amount of cautions we have. He would be the only car 1 lap down, so for sure to get the free pass.
I don't even know if you would have to fight him, Trey. Maybe if you can just make Drew pick a lane and then take advantage of it, Of his heavy
well.
yellow.
88's around in the front stretch there. Doesn't look like anybody else got into it. No, just lost up off turn 4, hit that bump, and took a hard hit to the inside wall. That might be the end of his night also.
Yeah, she's barbecuing pretty good there in the infield, looks like.
Get some Napa know-how down there, see if they can crank her back up.
Looks like he's fixing to lose a couple of those uppy-downy bits.
Yeah.
Who is he? Okay, that was a bad camera angle. I was like, oh my god, he's going to come pit lane.
I know, right?
So I'm sure everyone behind him now is screaming for a windshield tear off because they can't see anything.
Looks like Corey Lindsay decided to stay out.
Interesting call.
Wade Lear gets one of his 2 laps back.
Tell you, he's going to be back on the lead lap before you know it.
Oh, looks like Corey might have just stayed out to lead a lap. He's going to bring it down pit road.
Looks like no big shakeups on and off pit lane there. So I believe everyone took 4 that time. Is probably thinking they might settle in for a little bit of a long haul here. Keep knocking some cars out. Eventually, you will go green unless you have that Bristol race we were in. The one that just never seemed to end.
Right.
Maybe the 22 looks like he may have gotten a speeding penalty, boys, because he's letting everybody go.
I would guess that is correct.
That's the Danica we know and love.
Yes.
So we can reset you here as we're gonna another lap or two here before we go back to green. We got Drew Heisman, your leader, Cameron Rich P2, Paul Ross P3, Kevin Finn P4, and Johnny Thomas still hovering around in fifth, trying to see if he can steal a win here tonight.
And there is, I believe, $20 on the line in iRacing credits if that 83 wins for one of his lucky Twitter followers that follows him and retweeted.
I thought it was 40.
I think it was 40 if he won the poll and also the race.
You should just let it roll over. You did the best you could. 40 qualify third. I mean, that's in the ballpark, right?
Race control comes over and says there's 13 cars left on track.
Is that code for, all right, let's see if we can get some laps in?
I believe so.
Looks like the pace car lights are off. Going to hand it back to Drew Eisman here to take him back to green one more time.
Nice jump.
Yeah, that leader's getting a pretty good jump tonight. We've seen from first Peter, now Drew.
Paul Ross got really dirtily into turn 1 and 2 there. He checked up a ton. Let's make up for it
Dirtily?
again.
Oh, Johnny Thomas. 3 wide's not going to work here, boys. No turnologist, but I'm pretty sure it wouldn't work.
Turnologist.
I mean, I should probably put that out there in Urban Dictionary, but, you know, we'll work on it.
Have some t-shirts, I think, on that one.
Wow, that's not a bad idea.
Pretty
Patent
good battle.
pending.
Pretty good battle between the 83 of Johnny Thomas and Kevin Finn for that 4th and 5th spot there.
Yeah, he was hanging tough on the outside until right then. He
Oh,
was-
big wreck
big
there.
wreck,
The
big
18's
wreck.
around. Oh, somebody else got into it.
Oh. Wow.
It looks like he got loose once again, Matt, off of turn 4, and big hit for the 87 as well.
Richard Hines, yeah, took the back clip off the 18.
Oh, that was Paul Ross was running what, top 6, top 5 at that point?
They were top 5, I
Yeah.
believe. Third
Wow.
position.
3rd. Just lost it there. Hit that bump. Looks like the 87 of Richard Hines got a piece of that.
Yeah, I don't know how, as long as the toes are right, like we said, it doesn't look that bad. Should be all right. Probably be a little tighter than he wants, but, you know, at least you keep circulating here.
The bad part is, though, if you get that nose damage, this being a fixed league, man, you can't take no tape off. So,
Yeah.
you know, I think we saw that with, who was it, Matt Hackathorn, that uppy downy bits went kaboom because of that front end damage.
Possibly. I don't know what the tape they ran here. They might have put in a little bit of a buffer zone, hopefully.
I can tell you. 40%.
Not much. That's yeah. You'll be. Well, I don't know. It depends on the gear you have too, though. If you're not redlining a lot, you won't build up a whole lot of heat in these cars.
Yeah, but you smash in that nose, though. It changes the story.
Yeah,
You know what they say? They don't plan. They don't plan on for the wreck car you're going to be in. They plan on staying green and clean. So.
Yeah. James Duke comes in and says, "This just in from Batman. Splat. Haven't you heard, James? Batman is dead."
Aww. True story, though.
Yeah. Passed away.
I liked Adam West. He was. I
Yeah,
remember
he
watching
was-
some of those cartoons and the original Batman series.
Absolutely. He was the Batman.
I won't do any of his corny catchphrases, but you know, you can YouTube that all you want.
Oh, boy.
Once again, the admins trying to tell them to settle down here, boys. You're not even halfway. Long way to go.
Yeah.
Been in that position many a times. Doesn't really help because I guess drivers be drivers, they don't want to listen, so can't win it here, but you can surely lose it, as Paul Ross just demonstrated.
I do believe that Wade Lear is back on the lead lap.
See how long he can keep it there. That car's still pretty beat to hell.
Yeah, but you know what? If he just keeps logging laps, he's going to get a good finish. Pace car down. Drew's gone.
Another solid start there from the top three. Kevin Finn looking to hold off. Well, he did clearly. Held off Cody Wright and Jess Story, who are now side by side.
That puts 3 of those Fords up there in the top 5.
Johnny Thomas making that move underneath Jess Story. Moved Johnny up to P5 again.
Story
Looking to
lost,
make the
what,
move
3
on that
spots?
38. Yeah.
He's looking something sporty tonight, boys.
Maybe putting in a little bit of extra practice here, boys. Oh, 7 sideways
Oh,
around.
yeah.
He's done.
Wow. Yeah.
Hard hit there.
It's
Looks
got
like
the
he just
death.
lost it, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, it just got that death wobble.
Wow, yeah, really got to wobble onto a wall there. Oh, put another one on the hook, boys. Just saying, it's hard to keep it, keep the car straight when you're stuck on the outside. True, but it's manageable. We've seen others do it.
James Dukes comes in the chat there, says, yes, Batman is dead, but so is that car. You're not wrong on that one.
James knows about a dead car. He's had a many.
He about had one killed in the Coke 600, if I recall correctly.
Ooh. Matt, do you have any trivia?
Sure, I'll do some OC rolls. The league that will not be named trivia because I don't really know.
No.
It's not going to be anything too crazy here.
How many corners are at this track?
Let me see.
I got one. If you can, I don't know what kind of camera angles Wendell's showing today, but count the dotted, dashed white lines around the track and tell me how many there are.
Oh, that's off.
I'll
That's
give
just
you
pure
I'll
torture.
give you 10 either way, over or under. They're
So-
really hard to count the corners because it's
I'll say
black.
70.
Wow, you're no, not even close.
Wait, are we counting both on each side?
Both lines.
What are we counting?
The dashed white lines all the way around the track.
The
Oh
ones
my
that
God.
Munger likes.
Oh, yeah. He'd tell us in a heartbeat.
It's like 2 snorts and 1 blow.
So apparently
Oof.
Jess Story's joined us in chat. He's not a fan of 5 flags. He's not even sure why we're racing here. It's supposed to be fun, man.
Looking up at Jeffrey Agree. Wow, glad I didn't make it to the race tonight. Not
It's
many
not that
people loving
bad.
this place.
It's actually been better than what we've seen in a lot of Bristol races we've covered it or I've been a part of in years. It's just typical short track stuff.
Yeah.
And if they listen to their admin and just settle down, Trey, it'd be fine.
Yeah, Jess. Gosh.
But you drivers act like this is some kind of race or something.
Like there's something on the line.
Alrighty,
Alright.
here we go. Lights are out, guys.
Once again,
Try this again.
Tech Enterprise is going to be the front row. See if Kevin Finn can get a good start here and leapfrog around Cameron Rich.
Or flog him.
And frog him.
Flogging Molly.
He
Get your
got a
gigging
pretty
out.
decent start. Was able to secure his position in 3rd.
He's going to have to hold off Johnny Thomas, probably. Looks like he was making a little charge that last run.
Brent Miller just did not make that corner anywhere. He just lost 3 spots, possibly 4. Richard Hines looking on the outside of him. Oh, contact! The
Oh,
41
contact.
hooked him there a little bit.
Oh,
And there they go,
89.
big wreck! 41's done.
Ross is like, really?
That was a little. I think they kind of. I don't know. It's kind of an interesting little fiasco there. I think the chat can tell us who they think was at fault there.
I can go ahead and put the blame on the. Like, you can't stick that in there though. You're
No.
not. I mean, you're not really in there enough to stick it though. Yeah, the 89 came down on them, but that's one of those like give and take things, I guess.
The admin says he's looking to win the race here, but he wrecks out.
I mean, we take out there 3?
I think so.
That's pretty mighty words from the race admin. He will drive 200 laps around here while playing Candy Crush and win the race if you guys keep this up. Well, I think we're knocking out the back half of the field, so the wrecks keep coming. They're going to actually be the front of the field, so... I always say cautions breed cautions, so...
That they do. Drew Eisman's looking good, though, sitting there still in the first position. I'm sure he's led at least 60 laps here tonight.
61.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Almost a season high. I was just looking at his stats there, wondering how many he's led in the race. And the most he's led so far this season in a single race was 73 at Iowa.
Well, at this rate, he can just stay out there and he might lead all of them.
He's looking for a win. His best finish this season was 3rd 4 times. So, he wants to be the top Eisentech car tonight.
And looking to be the 3rd Eisentech Enterprises machine in victory lane this season in the Cup Series. Can't count out Kevin Finn, though. Cameron Rich still lurking back there, and Johnny Thomas. Mentioned it several times.
I tell you what, I think you need to watch out for that number 38 at Cody Wright. He's been pretty sporty. I'd like to see us get a long green flag run and see what he can do in that car.
Well, only time will tell, Trey. As the lights are off the pace car once again. We're going to go refuel this time.
And they're back on.
Oh, we've extended the caution one more lap. Looks like the admin wants everyone to be grouped up this time, so no layer backers there.
Well, right now, fellas, the top 10 are the only cars that are on the lead lap. Next one closest is Brent Miller in that 89. It was 4 down.
So there's only, 11 left?
There is 13 that can still run. Jess Story just hit the 11 lap retirement.
Well, yeah, Jess Story was done anyway. He pretty much made that clear in
Yeah.
chat. As we're back to green one more time. Another good start from Cameron Rich and Drew Eisman there. Get clear of Kevin Finn and set their sights. Just drive away from him.
Oh, the 87 Richard Hines blew the corner there coming on the corner exit. Blew some spots to the 22 and probably the 90 of Corey Lindsay.
Yeah, remember he got in that. I believe it was Rusty Webby hit. That car just might not be handling the same after that. Or he could be Jess Story and hate this track. We don't know what's in. It's like Cameron Rich all over the back bumper in 77 here.
Ooh, 77 got loose there. I thought he was going to be.
Yeah, he did.
Firm.
Got loose, but didn't lose a whole lot of time at Cameron there. Still maintained about the same gap.
Kevin Finn's not too far to that picture either, there, fellas.
No,
Also
not the
looking
old
for his first win of the season.
Like we mentioned earlier, Matt, he's looking for points too. Still 10th in points, trying to propel himself up the grid a little bit. '77 is going to lose the lead there as 17 gets by him, and Kevin Finn and Johnny Thomas.
Drew Eisen looks like he got the halfway bonus and about wrecked her.
He's so excited. That was a mega save, though.
Yeah, if that was me, I'd be probably over that fence and in the woods back there somewhere.
Well, we've already seen tonight 2 or 3 cars make that kind of maneuver and just overcorrect and find themselves in the wall. So it was kudos to him.
Brent Miller here, first car leader's going to face for lap traffic, not going to cause any issues. Move up out of the way.
Trying to see that 14 working a little higher line through 3 and 4 there, trying to arc that middle a little bit.
Yeah. Maybe that groove's starting to move up a little bit.
Seems to be working. He's keeping pace with Cameron Rich here.
Awesome bit of ground there off 3 and 4 though.
Of course, because I mentioned it. So
No kidding.
I'm surprised the car didn't explode into flames. Looking through the field, not seeing any other major battles happening. Got her front 2, then a little gap back to 3rd and 4th as Johnny Thomas still holding off Drew Eisenman there after his little wicked ride in turn 1.
Mike Stevens putting a little bit of fire underneath the 22, looking underneath him here in turn 1.
Looks like he might get the pass made. No, I have to try to roll it a little bit. Ooh, that was close.
That's playing with the laws of netcode.
Yeah, for sure. So Mike Stevens kind of cut him a break there.
I would say so, yeah. That could have been pretty bad.
Without a doubt. Probably going to try and set him up again here through 3 and 4 and maybe get the runoff. Not close enough that time.
I see Mike Stevens entering a little bit lower than I've seen most guys here through 1. Don't know if that's actually helping him or if it's just kind of a comfortability thing. Maybe it's a little bit not as edgy down there.
Maybe he likes to charge the corner, Matt.
I tried that once.
Our producer loves it when people charge the corner. Especially at Martinsville.
Yeah.
I usually just do it to scare off GT traffic.
That you do. You scared the heck out of that Ferrari.
Look, oh, he stopped. I guess he thought I was just going to do this.
Well, you mentioned him, Trey. Cody Wright there running P5 currently, just kind of lurking around, waiting to see what happens here, I guess. Doesn't have the ultimate pace in the leader right now, but you never know. Things could change.
Yeah, we're working lap 115 and a 200 here. Just over 75 laps to go.
As I say, ultimate pace. Oh, that lap was pretty bad. So the lap before he was a 10th off. I'm like, that's, oh gosh. Not a 10th, Matt.
I was just a few seconds off.
So Cameron Rich still your quickest car. Drew Eisman definitely still has speed in the car. Just gonna have to work to get around Johnny Thomas here.
Kevin Finn getting a lot on camera mix that lap.
Yep, looks like he's going to
blow the
there.
corner a little bit.
Yeah, they both got a little wiggly there.
I don't think Johnny Thomas knew just how close that was.
Yeah. As Matt likes to say, flirting with the net code there.
We got Mike Stevens underneath Race Clark here, going into turn 1.
We can make that move happen here.
On that bottom.
I like the move Race did there. He kind of diamonded a little bit and got a nice run up.
Yeah.
Oh, the 63 is
63. Save it, baby. It's that dirt track.
Nope.
Oh, nope.
Hard hit the inside wall.
Oh, come on.
And we're under caution.
Just admin initiated.
Looks like the 87 tried to stay off of him, just couldn't. Once he went around, this kind of left him nowhere to go. Actually, I don't think he even touched him. That's a pretty good job.
No.
Wow. Let's see. He must have those good cup breaks for once. I don't ever seem to get those. Especially
Jimmy
not coming to my
Johnson.
pit stall.
Yeah, Jimmy
Too soon.
Johnson didn't get him.
That's because he didn't, as Corey Bunch likes to tell us, pump the brake.
Watching that 14, see if he can maybe get out in front of that 17 car. He shows a lot of speed. He hangs with that 17, so be nice to see what happens here. Coming off the old pit road.
We know you're going to take 4.
Yeah, for sure. Ooh, it's close. They're inside each other. It's real close.
Oh,
They're
it's
docking.
too close to call. Looks like they're going to give it to the 17 there over the 14.
Kind of looked like a very close race there.
Looks like everyone held station through the pit stops there, pretty much. So maybe Corey Lindsay picked up 1. No, that's where he's running.
I actually think this is going to be one of the few times besides the start of the race where all these lead lap cars are on the same tires.
Yeah, we've had a couple cautions maybe where we've seen it hit or miss, but this should, like I said, put everyone back on the same cycle, and you can start planning for the end here.
Well, fellas, right now we only have 12 cars left on track.
Just Story in chat said he's glad to go to his home track next week. Well, where's that at? I don't recall where he's
Charlotte,
at.
the Cup car.
Charlotte, man.
Again, to get that
I hope
tent
Chuck
ready.
aired her 10 out because it's probably pretty ranked by
Right,
now.
yeah.
Had a couple of 90-degree days.
At least swept out the beer cans.
We had a good pyramid going there. I like them to keep them, I think.
Or, well, what's our producer drink? Some American honey thing? There's a couple of bottles of that laying around somewhere. Lights off on the pace car one more time. But this time it's going to be in the hands of Cameron Rich. Going to have Kevin Finn on his outside, Drew Eisman P3, Johnny Thomas P4.
He's
Back to
gone.
green. Good start for the bottom row there. Little teammate countdown maybe.
For sure.
Kevin Finn saying, "Oh, come on, man! I worked all night to get up here, and you guys just blow by me." So we got Corey Lindsay getting around Race Park there on the restart.
Yeah, Race Clark seemed to have a lot of troubles there getting into turn 1. I was just watching him. He wiggled quite a bit, so try to get back, get his car back underneath him here and see if he can make his way back up.
Did he weeble wobble but not fall down?
A lot of people we saw wiggle wobble and they fell down tonight, so that's a big feat.
And Cody Wright closing up on the back bumper of Johnny Thomas here for the 4th
Ooh,
position.
he gets sideways.
Oh, man.
It's like he clobbered the inside wall as well.
Yep, gonna lose 2 spots.
Man, he had a solid top 5 car too that last run. Just, like he may have overcooked the corner there and got away from him. Something we've seen out of a couple people already tonight.
Richard Hines is going to take the 7th position away from him also, I believe, here. That'll be 3 spots he's lost. Oh, no, maybe not.
Little kiss in the wall there.
I thought you could Velcro down here, Trey.
It does move Corey Lindsay into the top 5 boys. They're hitting so that's kind of speedy headed Iowa. Maybe he's a little short track guy.
Possible.
You have to hold off a Race Clark there behind him. Oh, Race gonna dive it down in turn 3 and try and get around him here.
put all 3 remaining Isotech machines in the top 5.
That's something they haven't done all year. Get all their cars that are running in the top 5. Without a doubt, I'm sure Peter Short would still be in the mix up here, looking at the speed he had.
100%. Nicole Costello says, "Go get him, Race." He's digging.
He is digging.
Dig.
Now, unfortunately, his Nashville Predators are golfing now.
Had to get that in, didn't you?
Had to.
Who won that one? The Silly Nazis or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Was I close?
Some of those Penguins, I think, or something. Un-Canadian.
Un-Canadian.
We haven't won a Stanley Cup since like 1993, I believe. So. Well, the race here, Cameron Rich has pulled a nice lead there under Eisenman. Probably about 6 car lengths that lap.
Yeah, they've kind of just all broken away from each other. You got Cameron over Drew over Kevin, and then pretty big gap back to Johnny Thomas, and then even bigger gap back to Race Clark and Corey Lindsay.
Oh, Johnny Thomas just did a power slide there through turn 3. He got it back together and in the right direction. That was another hell of a save.
Ooh, we might need a new pair of Carhartts after that one.
Without a doubt, it's pretty hard to do that. Actually clap the outside wall just a touch to get him set for his little ride.
I'm going to
there.
disagree. It looks pretty easy to do that tonight. Man, that 38 was all on the door, that 87.
8 tires to better than 4.
True, until those 8 tires come back at you.
Yeah.
Here, Race Clark under fire by the 90 of Corey Lindsay. Seeing if he can get that Puma Toyota back up in front of him.
It's kind of interesting, Matt. We saw him get by Corey Lindsay, but I figured he'd drive away, and Corey's kind of tucked back up with him and said, no, not quite yet. Let's see if I can get this spot back for a top 5. So we got another engine expire there. Oh, Wade Lear looks like he's done for the day.
It's a shame, too. He made his way up to 9th.
Yeah, got all his laps back. Was just kind of motoring around, trying to make the best of it. And he said Trey may have just been too much for the old car to handle.
Yep.
Oh, boys. 77 Drew Eisman's closed right back up on the back bumper of that 17 machine.
He's hungry for that win.
I would be, too. Like Matt said, he hadn't won yet this year, so...
Yeah, when you see your other 2 drivers dominating the series, you're kind of like, man, I want...
Oh, we won't do it like that.
No.
Whew.
Had those left side tires below the yellow or white line down there on the apron. That just did not work.
Trying to channel his inner Kevin Harvick there.
Yeah.
Gonna have to regroup and see if he can track Cameron back down here.
I'm thinking he's going to need a caution now. It's just a little over a second gap.
He's got time.
I'd like to mention Johnny Thomas's power slide he did there. He did not lose a position.
No, lost a lot of time, though, to the guys in front of him. Didn't really lose too much behind him, but a lot to the guys in front.
Yeah, and him saving it, that was a hard thing to do, especially with how close the walls are here. He definitely wheeled that thing back straight.
Well, you can see the pit wall in turn 1. That's why I think these guys are hitting it. If you miss turn 1 entry just a little bit and try and cut down too much, or it maybe gets loose on you on entry, you're pretty much done because you're going to clobber that wall.
Corey Lindsay still trying to get by Race Clark, unable to at this time.
It's one of those things where you just kind of have to set up and keep working the guy over until you finally either get him to make a mistake or maybe force him into a mistake. Little chrome horn.
Well, they're coming up with a lap car of Brent Miller here, so maybe Corey will try to use him as a pick, but no, he's going to get out of the way.
He said, I don't want any part of that. You guys just go ahead.
But Corey Lindsey's right there all over the
Ooh.
back bumper, that 22.
The 87 just had a big moment there coming out of turn 4. He gathered it back up, thankfully.
Thought I heard some tires screeching for help.
Yeah, there's Mick Foley coming in.
This is still your battle here. As Corey Lindsey looks to try and get underneath Race Clark here. Not going to happen. As you still watch this, I can tell you, Matt, Drew has been cutting back into Cameron a little bit. He was 10th quicker last lap. See if he can keep cutting a 10th or 2 here or there to make it up.
Bit of caution on the race.
Caution.
Oh, the 14 of Kevin Finn blowing up.
Wow. Wonder what happened
Oh,
there.
lost it at turn 4, didn't he? Yep. Hard on the inside wall. Wow. Yep, that's it for the 14.
That was a whack right there.
Oof.
And, another one that was running P3 at the time, I believe. Well, this changes some things.
Yes, that's going to put Drew Eisman right back into the into striking position for the 17 of Cameron Rich. I was just a bit better. A couple mistakes there that last run. So.
And it looks like they're all coming down pit road as well.
Oh yeah, you know you want those four Tyrees.
I'll try Mac. Do you think they can take 4?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. I retract my earlier statements before the race. You're going to want 4 every time now.
I mean, with only 8 cars on the lead lap, it's just, I don't think it's smart to take 2 tires.
No, it's not worth that gamble. This does move Johnny Thomas up to P3 now, so maybe he's looking to steal that win, boys. He's kept the car in contention.
Give me some money, Johnny.
Now, Matt, it's a random draw, so just because you entered 15,000 names.
Well, I mean, I just have like 7 Twitter accounts hooked up to her, so.
No followers, just random guys retweeting.
So you got your bots working for you, Matt.
Yeah. Little Canadian
Ooh.
minions, as it were.
We're hearing it might be U.S. only.
Oh.
I'm joking.
some
That would be
harsh-
funny. That would be funny.
You want to see a stream cut quicker than... I got nothing.
Yeah, you got to hand it to that 83 though, man. He's been hanging around. He's been lurking all night, so I wouldn't count him out. Same with that 22. He's kind of been lurking as well, so you never know. Still a lot of laps left. 43 to go.
Yeah, they've played it right. Kept the car clean, smooth. So this is the time where you can maybe use it up a little bit because you've got a car to use up.
We saw him win start of the season, Talladega. Do you think he could change it up a bit and go from the big 2.6 mile track to the half mile?
I'm thinking he's hoping so.
Well, he needs to pay attention here to the restart because you got teammates starting on the front row. They're on TeamSpeak doing the countdown. He definitely needs to pay attention. His pace car's off.
Oh boy, he still missed that one by a country mile though.
And Race Clark as well, who is also an Eisentech teammate, seems to have missed it by just a scotch.
I think it takes longer for Danica to get the memos though.
Yeah.
She gets her feelings hurt.
Still gonna settle in as
Ooh.
a couple cars kind of push the corner there. Still in third. See if he can make a charge, but it's gonna be hard. Those two up front have been quick all night.
Yeah, Corey Lindsey was able to get by Race Clark on that restart, so move that number 90 machine to P4.
He said he wants to be on that podium because you told him he needs to be there more often, Trey.
I did.
In a roundabout way, he said you called him slow. So
The battle for the lead's getting real hot now. Drew
Oh,
Eisen's all
man.
over.
man, he sailed that thing through 3 and 4. You better be careful. That turn 4 has been his nemesis all night.
It's been a lot of people's nemesis tonight. I think we've seen a majority of the incidents happen coming out of turn 4 tonight.
Seems like they start in turn 4 and end in turn 1. So
Yeah.
Oh,
Kevin
Cameron pushed up there just a touch.
Kevin saying this is his favorite track in the world, and he hopes they come here again. Not really.
That's pretty
Hey,
much what he said.
Hey, you know, if he hates this track, wait till they go to South Boston.
That's going to be just close your eyes and hope for the best.
Did you hear that, Chuck? Cup Cars, South Boston. Make sure you tune in.
Or if you think this is fun, you should just go ahead and sign up and get you some.
Mm.
It's like Cameron's starting to pull away from Drew now. God, all those times last lap, I'm just looking at the field, a 19, a 17, a 14, and an 07 from Cameron, and it's just on top of each other.
Drew and Cameron ran the same lap that time, but Drew's going to have to turn the wick up here, I think, if he wants to catch his Isotech teammate. Or dish out some team orders. Hey, your orders, you're my car there, bud. You should slow your pace down. Slow your pace down.
Oh, this is an F1.
Right?
This is racing we don't get told to stop.
This is sim racing, so you most definitely tell him to pull over.
It's got the Cody Wright in that 38. Ah, man, he was looking low. Knew I was talking about him. Decided to mess it up. Tried to channel his inner Kevin Harvick again, but it didn't work out for him.
I don't think that works here. I think that's only a Phoenix thing, because that apron looks pretty flat compared to the track.
Yeah. Oh, Chuck wants to know, can he join?
I believe you'll have to ask head admin Corey Lindsay about that. You can either email him or find him on Twitter. Maybe get in touch with the 3-Wide Racing account on Twitter, or email them at I'll have to get back to you with an email. I don't remember off the top of my head. I believe Randall Fox got in touch with him, so you should contact Randall about that.
Everybody's looking for greener pastures now, Thomas.
Well, I'm not sure if they're accepting new drivers now or not in the Cup Series. They could be. They haven't. This isn't a full chartered field, so I think they have room. That's not up to me. That's for them. So just ask around, chuckers. I'm sure they'll love to see you flip on short track. So I know give me a good sight to see you making recaps.
Yeah, that was the scariest thing I've ever witnessed.
Well, I said Cameron was pulling away, but it looks like Drew's turned that switch on again to try and catch him.
Yeah. Yep, he's starting to reel him back in. He's going to try to make a race of this as we got 25 laps to go at the line.
23 to his 26 last time, so nothing between that.
Well, he ran a lot better there as to the 10th and a half.
I almost get the feeling this is a kind of track where when you're behind that guy, it's so much easier to set your pace and get that rhythm than when you get out front, you're just not sure how hard to push. Especially in a Cup car where you get on the gas just a little too soon, this is going to plow the front end.
It'll try to kill you.
Or if you're lucky, it might get loose.
I was just watching these laps, man. Drew's just kind of eating him up in on corner entry. But Cameron's getting off the corner just a little bit better than that 77 car. Not much, just a little.
Looking in the chat again, NASCAR fan 3312 comes back from last night. How you doing, man?
A returning guest. Oh, thanks. He's come to see some crazy short track action as the battle's still hotting up for the lead. Looks like Drew's trying to get a little bit wider arc there in 1. Not kind of 3 looks like just kind of stuck to what you can get, but it looks like 1's maybe widening out just a little bit.
Or the lap car here, maybe that'll. Ooh, yes, it does, because
Whoa.
he zigged and he should have zagged.
If you can read that and set them up off exit, like you said, though, try that 17 gets off the corner so much better.
Oh, we got loose there. Drew Eisenman's going to look
That,
low on him. Side by side now.
Ooh, not going to give it up easy, though.
I don't care, you're my team owner. I want this W, is what Cameron's saying.
We're not going to have an option in 3, though. Yeah, 77 sales are in there. He's going to take the lead.
That little mishap with that lap car, I
Yep.
think, got Cameron a little bit distracted or something.
Just a scotch. It's not over yet, though, boys.
Oh, we still have 16 laps to go with the line this time, so. And Cameron's right there.
As you're trying to play song lyrics in the chat.
Was that a song?
Not a very good one.
That's,
you
what
buy
I,
some,
that's what I figured.
Need to buy some deaf person or something.
Ow. Yeah, Cameron's still applying the pressure here. He knows that 77's made a couple of mistakes off of turn 4 all night. Let's see if he can get him to do it again here.
And it might be a little bit easier following as opposed to leading here, just to try to learn other people's lines, see what they're doing. Yellow comes out, and that's not good for this race.
Cody Wright around in turn 1.
And
Hey,
he
you weren't even
destroyed her.
talking about him this time.
I know.
Like, yeah, turn 4 gets another one.
All right, we're probably restarting here with less than 10 to go. What do you guys do?
Up here.
Yeah, tires.
You're
There's
sitting back.
8 cars,
I guess,
7 now.
Yes.
I forgot how little we had here.
Yeah, 7
I
cars on
mean-
the lead lap. I pit.
Now,
Maybe
someone
we'll
might
see.
take 2.
Yeah, I was thinking I might see the 83 take 2.
Yeah,
Just
if
gonna
I'm
roll
Johnny.
the dice.
Yeah. Hey, if I'm Johnny Thomas, why not take 2?
Just listen to the stream, and you can do this before the delay. Take 2.
See what he does here. Right sides are up.
2 for the 17, looks like. 2 for
Corey
the
Lindsay,
90,
2.
2 for the
Race Clark.
22. That's a lot of 2s, eh?
Eisenman's out. 2 number 2s and a Koch.
Boy, that's 77. That's, you might be able to get 1 guy on 2 tires. I don't know about 3.
Well, there's the strategy.
Yeah.
I think it's a great move for the 22 and the 90. They had nothing to lose, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now the 17, it makes him look like a genius because he's got a buffer. So
We'll see here. This is going to be a wild restart, and hopefully they keep it all clean and green. We got. We'll reset the top 5 for you here, I guess, since it's all shook up. Right now, we got the leader. It's being shown as Cody Wright. However, he'll be coming down pit road. Cameron Rich in the 2nd position. Corey Lindsay in the 3rd position. Race Clark in the 4th. And Drew Eisman rounds up your top 5.
well, you would hope Cody Wright's going to come down pit lane.
That's what I was gonna say. Surely this guy's gonna pit.
Although Paul Ross didn't at Atlanta, we called it crazy, and he got the caution at the right time and won the race. So still, that'd be pretty ballsy to bring out the caution and then stay out as the leader.
Yeah.
James Duke's in chat. I heard he stopped loving her today. Well, that's a little bit better music. A lot better music.
I wouldn't say a terrible stop, Chuck, for the 77. He just took 4.
Yeah. Everybody else took 2.
It appears to me as the 38 will be staying out because caution lights should be coming out off the car this time. And they're
Johnny Thomas
talking
says what
about
the caution was for, and Paul Ross says that green car up front. This, well, we said it's going to be exciting, and this changes everything. I think Cameron Rich
more
is.
exciting.
I think Cameron Rich is smiling because he knows he can probably get him on the outside, but the rest of the field's probably nervous.
Yeah, Cody's gonna get a good start here, I imagine.
You would hope
He
as the leader.
does not.
No, he does
And
not.
The bottom line's gonna stack right up.
Yep.
Nice,
Spun those
give him-
tires.
Oh,
there we
there they
go.
go.
77 in the wall.
90's going
Nice.
around
Nice.
here.
Sideways.
Oh, the 90's
Yeah.
to the inside wall. That was just terrible for him.
Yep. Saw that
Johnny
coming.
Thomas going to get around 38. Drew Eisenman.
Now, I'm just gonna hold my tongue on that one.
That's pretty much going to give the win unless we have another caution to the 17 because that's a big enough gap.
Well, this is looking good for Race Clark here. He's sitting in the second position right now as he almost buys the farm off at turn 4. He's finished in the top 5 once this season. This will be his best finish of the season if he can maintain the second spot.
Got Race Clark, Johnny Thomas still sitting P3, trying to hold off Drew Eisenman. Don't know if he's going to be able to do that or not, because 77's looking to charge up to the field with those 4 tires. Now he's hoping, well, a quick yellow won't help here. It's going to pretty much end it now.
I guess like, if everything holds true, you can't call Race Clark Danica anymore because I don't think she's ever finished second in a race.
Hell, I don't think she's even been up that close in a race before.
What, one top 5 maybe? So
Johnny Thomas at 83 with 4 fresh tires and put him under fire. Oh, get a spin behind.
77.
77 hard.
Caution's out.
End of the race.
That should be it.
Race Clark, second place finish. That's good for him.
Turn 4 gets another one. That's what, at least 10 cars?
38 Cody Wright comes back home 7th spot.
Yeah, I'm sure he's gonna be the talk of town tonight.
Yeah, I don't think he made too many friends there. Other than maybe Cameron Rich.
I'm sure the 3 wide TMZ account is gonna be off the chain tonight. That is,
now, has it been 2 weeks yet?
Yeah, that is if Jess Story hasn't got him suspended again.
Well, luckily it's not Pocono, so we won't have 8-minute laps here to finish the race out.
Got the admin coming on chat saying he's a person.
Well, that's true. I would hope. If he's a robot, he's been doing pretty good as a robot. So was there any third place money for Johnny Thomas?
Don't believe so. I think I have it up on my phone. Just stand by.
Well, he qualified third, finished third. I mean, that's a pretty solid run. We're going to line up for a photo finish here between teammates? No, we're not. Well, there you have it, folks. Cameron Rich gets the W here tonight at 5 Flags.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
To be a second win on the season.
Matt asked, would Eisentech win? Yes, they would. In dominant fashion. It was going to be, no doubt, one of the Eisentech cars. It's just a matter of which one.
Good finish for Johnny Thomas. Richard Hines in the 4th spot. We haven't mentioned him. Mike Stevens coming home 5th.
Where did he come from? Those two guys were in some of the carnage tonight. Still made a decent comeback.
I believe that's going to be the first top 5 finishes this season for the 2 of them as well.
Looks like no post-race celebration there for the 17. Just going to bring her straight back into victory lane.
Must be on a diet. No donuts.
That's true. It's okay, though. Looks like Corey Lindsay was doing a few burnouts there. Well, boys, that wasn't as terrible as I thought it would be for a track like this.
No, they did a pretty good job there. It definitely is a tough track to run, and especially that bump off turn 4 makes her real crazy.
Clearly, Matt, I think I was a little, I don't want to say disbelief that would be the biggest issue all night, but it clearly was, because that was that was where we saw all the trouble. Wrecking 4 and finished off in turn 1. What do you say
Alright.
we start kicking off those interviews, Mr. Landry? Oh, I'm
All
sorry,
right.
McReynolds.
McReynolds, yeah.
Hey, Mac.
The T-Mac.
Mac.
all right.
Love it.
All right, I got him. He started third, finished third, had the big the Twitter contest going. Got to follow him, got to like him, got to retweet him. That number 83 machine, stout run tonight, Johnny. Hanging around top 5, top 6 all night long. Just came up a little short. Kind of got screwed on that last restart there, but got to be pleased. A little disappointed maybe, but tell us about your race, Johnny.
Yeah, it seems like all these races come down to a late race restart, kind of similar to how the actual Cup Series goes. But I was happy. I'm pumped to be riding around the top 5 all day. That's a big improvement. But it seems like every week I keep saying that I'm just a tenth slower than these Eisentek guys, and it's killing me. But it's fun to finish in the top 5. It's fun to get third. I'm disappointed that I couldn't win. I wanted to give somebody at least $20 in iRacing credits, but since we had so many people retweet it, and I think like 33 people retweeted, I got a whole bunch of new followers. I'm going to give away $10 to a guy who retweeted it. So there's that. But that late race restart, man, I think it was we got lucky starting on the outside there because the 38 car didn't pit, the 90 got loose, and Drew got pushed back because of that, and I kind of just drove on the outside and picked up third there and raced with 2 tires. He did a good job holding me off. And Cam, man, he's fast in those restarts and couldn't do nothing with him.
Well, Johnny, how was just tell us how the track car combo was. I know just kind of looking around the chat, people were like, this could be interesting or it could be terrible. And honestly, looking at some of the racing, it looked pretty fun tonight. A little hard to pass from it looks like at a turn 4, but overall, it looked like a pretty fun time out there.
Yeah, I personally liked it. I don't know if you ever watched any of the old videos of Old Richmond, the Richmond Fairgrounds, but it kind of reminded me of like that race. It was hard to pass, and you couldn't get on that outside lane. You get shuffled back there, and I thought it was fun. I mean, I think me and Cam and Drew and all those guys probably ended up Drew ended up wrecking, but we didn't have any incidents, and up front the racing was clean and it was good. It was competitive. But it was just super hard to pass. And you had to be patient, and we had a lot of caution. So I'm guessing guys in the back weren't too patient. But it was loose in sometimes when you got on the brakes too much. But I put a little bit of more brake bias in, so it helped me out. And it was obviously loose coming off of 4. But you just had to kind of be off throttle about 75 to 80% coming out of turn 4 to be able to keep it straight. And that's what we did. And it was a tough track, but I enjoyed it.
You mentioned they were off turn 4. Was it mainly that bump that was sending people for the ride, or was it just the exit onto the banking?
I think it was the exit onto the banking. I did notice the bump. I thought the bump kind of turns your wheel a little bit, but it was pretty much just getting on the throttle too quick, too hard, coming off turn 4.
All right, Johnny. Well, great race tonight, man. He was strong all night. Definitely a contender. I fully expect to see you contend again in the future. But before we let you go, we do it every week. Give us those shout outs, Johnny.
Just everybody at 3 Wide Racing for putting on. I know it was a kind of a caution fest, but I still had fun. So thanks to all those guys. Everybody at JTR. Kyle filled in for Richard again this week, and he didn't have a good day, but he helped us out a little bit. And everybody that entered that contest, that was cool to get so many retweets and new followers. And it was just good to finish a race and have a clean race and have no drama. So I was happy for this race.
All right, Johnny. Well, we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
All right, let me go find Mr. Race Clark. Been a while since we talked to him.
Can't wait to torture about the Predators.
Oh, I'm sure you probably ran away already.
So just when you thought that that Predators hack.exe failed, he brought it home. He qualified 8th. He finished 2nd. Race Clark, driving that number 22 Isotech Enterprise machine. Race, it's been a while since we talked to you last. Tell us about your race tonight, bud.
The first laps I ever turned at Five Flags was in practice, and I felt completely lost, and I kind of feel like all the cautions helped me because, I could get a little bit of a run, learn something, and restart, you know what I mean? So I kind of kept inching my way up the field all night long. I got a speeding penalty at one point, but the wrecks kind of helped me get back right up in it.
Well, what was one of the? I know you just said you turned laps in practice. What's one of the things you were most struggling with tonight? Was it just look like a lot of turn, not turn, a lot of push in the center with some of those cars if you overdrove the corner and maybe a little loose on entry?
Yeah, I felt like my problem was exit. I feel like everybody was just killing me on the exit, and I figured out the exit of 4. I just started kind of trying to late apex it just a little bit, and then honestly 1 and 2 I never got. I mean, I got to a point I guess where I was making decent time, but never got it to where I was happy with it. But overall I'm pretty happy with the track that I've never raced at before.
What did you think about the track car combo tonight? I know it was kind of crazy for some of our viewers and especially some of you guys racing it, but I think it put on a decent show.
Yeah, I had fun. I think it was a wreck fest for sure, but I still think it was a lot of fun. I mean, me and Corey were bumper to bumper for I just feel like there was good racing everywhere. I know if you started on the outside on the restart, you're just screwed. I feel like I got freight trained anytime I was on the outside, and I felt like I freight trained people anytime I was on the inside. But overall, I thought it was a cool little experiment. I liked it a lot, and the reason why we can't go back here, I think the real problem spot was, out of 4, that seems where most of the incidents seem to be happening. People losing it down to the wall.
Well, don't worry. In a couple weeks, you'll get to go to one even smaller at South Boston. So.
Well, Race, you got a big fan in chat. Nicole Castillo's been watching the entire broadcast.
Hell yeah, dude.
Been cheering you on all the way. But I mentioned him because before we let you go, give us those shout outs, Race.
Dude, I was about to ask. I feel like the first time I finally got a good, I got Brady and Trevor and Chris to watch. Nicole's watching. My best friend Dino, Chris. I was like 6 people watching. I appreciate them. I think it's cool. I have my friends watch me. Brady told me to shout out his newborn baby, so shout out to Braylon. She's gonna be a star one day. And shout out to you guys for putting on a good show, and always thankful for Drew and Cameron and Peter. Thanks to Drew, I can race. He paid my charter. Shout out. I think I'm 2 for when Drew wrecks. I'm 2 for 2 finishing P3 because I think he wrecked at Iowa, or excuse me, top 3. I finished Iowa, I think 3rd or 2nd when he wrecked. So I hate that he had to wreck, but seems like that helps my odds for some reason.
All right, Race. Yeah, you mentioned Corey Lindsay, some great battling there, and you brought it home 2nd tonight. Solid run. Look forward to seeing you in the future.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all, and thank you all for all y'all do, and y'all have a good one.
Don't think you're going to wish your team owner wrecking, but, whatever works gets you into the front.
And I was totally pushing the wrong button, and I had the most awesome intro for Cameron Rich. But instead of repeating myself to myself, Cameron Rich, tell us about your race.
Well, first off, that was a pretty good awkward silence there, Trey.
Yeah,
It was
Sorry.
so good I didn't want to stop him.
Sorry, I'm on Discord and TeamSpeak at the same time. I got the buttons located to each other. It's not the first time, Cameron, and it's probably not going to be the last.
That's pretty good. All I can say about that race is I felt like I had a gift wrapped to me in about every way possible because I probably shouldn't have won it. Because Peter was quick and he fell out because his computer broke, and Drew was quick and he got kind of screwed over with that last caution, and I messed up and let him by with about 20 to go. So I don't know. I can't really say much more than that. I don't feel like I really earned it too much, but I'll take it.
I wouldn't say that. You played the strategy game at the end. Perfect. You took 2 tires. got a little break with not having to start behind the 38, who was a little bit slow on the restart, and that kind of let you sneak out there and get the win.
I was a little confused there because I think that car was the cause of the caution, so I'm not sure why he restarted in the lead.
Yes, he was. I
It's a
think he said
little-
he missed his pit stall, but I'm not. He could have came back down again, I think.
I don't know. I guess he missed it like 3 laps in a row. I don't know. It's a little awkward to me. But I mean, I can't say anything about it. I guess it played to my advantage, even though I didn't. I didn't want that to decide the race. But what are you gonna do?
Any questions, Matt?
I
Nope.
would if my internet wasn't going out. So
I was going to say Canada is falling off the grid.
Typical.
All
I'm
right.
sure I can. I think I. Well, no, I can't think of a good one.
All right, Cameron. Congratulations on the win. Before we let you go, and before I push the wrong button again, anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
Well, first off, I want to give a shout out to my teammate Race because I told him I'd give him a shout out, and he probably gave me one too, or else I hope he did because he promised me.
Well,
Holla!
And of course, my girlfriend because she's a big OCR fan and likes watching these, so it's pretty cool. And our really awesome series sponsor, Cold Hard Art. So everybody should go check him out on Twitter because he does some pretty rockin' stuff, and if you like cool stuff, go look at that.
I would agree with that.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, cool stuff is always awesome. So go check him out, and just you guys for doing what you do every week. I say that all the time, but you guys sit on here until the wee hours of the night broadcasting us, so it's pretty cool. And I think I speak for the whole league in saying that we appreciate it.
All right, Kevin. Well, we appreciate you, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you again soon in the future. Congratulations again, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Hell, man, buttons are hard.
well, Trey, Matt, I guess we can settle down the short track action because we're going to be heading to the big Speedway next week, heading back to Charlotte. And like we said earlier, I hope Trey, Matt, I hope Chuck's got our tent aired out because we're going to be there for 2 days again. I'm going to kick off next Sunday with the Nathan Young Designs Beat Car Series and come again Monday for the Cold Hard Art Cup Series at Charlotte. So that should be a action-packed adventure.
Yeah, without a doubt.
yeah, for sure.
Definitely hope we got swept out because it smelled like stale beer and cheese curds. But going back to Charlotte, man, should be fun.
Yeah, let's stay at Wendell's house.
This is our first race here in Nathan Young Designs B-Car for quite a while. Last one was Iowa when Eric Mickey won. It's almost a month.
Yeah, I think they had a nice little 3-week off season there to get regrouped and get the cars reworked after they took some hits at Iowa. But that's about going to wrap it up here, boys, unless you have anything else to cap off the night with.
Not I.
Nor I either.
Alrighty, well, there you have it. For Matt Kingston, excuse me, Trey Landry, Wendell James, our lovely producer, I'm Thomas Morris, and we will see you next Sunday for Charlotte, Nathan Young Designs B-Car.
And see ya!